so exciting. It's hard to comprehend how many people are collectively here right now.
Yeah.
Can a whole bunch of people start jumping right here in other instances?
All the invisible people.
Like right here, can everyone
Like there are
start jumping?
thousands of people but we can't see
I know.
you.
Right.
I hope they're like...
I'm trying to say hi to
like
people that say hi in chat,
They're
but I can't see their
1,300
names.
Yeah, but it's
long enough to
different when
read
it's like
it.
physical, you know.
1,300 people watching.
Wait, dude, high five.
1,300?
Hello, 1,000.
Oh my gosh. Hey guys.
Wow, that's crazy.
Oh, Pal, run off
Change
stage and
to,
come back.
Change to
Yeah,
standing.
It holds you there.
Yeah, that
Change
happens.
to standing.
Yeah, let's go.
I got there.
Now that's going in my memory book.
Oh, I can't.
We're good.
Yes.
We're good.
Can you fly?
Just swim.
If you go off stage
Can they
and come
see
back,
exactly
it's,
our
Change to
animations and
standing.
everything?
On your
Yeah,
settings.
they get everything.
Change to standing.
Everything we do.
So you just see her just chilling on the ground over there?
Yep. You gotta do this. You're classic.
What's up, guys? How are you guys? Hey, guys. Hey, you guys. Over there. That's so weird.
Okay.
Mav, I think you're echoing a little bit. I think that's you.
Oh, am I?
Yeah. Yeah.
You could try
Yeah,
push to
just
talk.
go like this. I just lower my volume a little bit.
Oh,
Is that
alright.
better?
All right.
Yep.
Ah!
Yeah, you're good.
Now I can't hear myself.
All right, everyone.
Good test. Good
Thank you
test.
so
Good
much.
test.
All right.
Test, yeah.
We are looking good. Yes. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the YouTubers and Influencers panel here. We're so happy to have you guys join us on live stream and however many there are of you in game. Lots of you are in game. So many in game. I would love to get that number from somebody. Just type it in the chat who might happen to know how many people are watching us right now. All right. I am your host, Pow. And we're going to do a quick round of intros and kick this off. All right. To my left, go ahead and kick it off. Introduce yourselves. And you got the floor. Let's go.
Okay. I am V-Bunny. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on TikTok. Find me on Instagram. You can Google V-Bunny Go and everything will pop up. Also, if you can only see and hear me and you can't see everybody else on the panel, you can go to Rec Room's YouTube because they are live streaming there as well.
Cool. Hi, I'm BVR. I make rec videos. Pretty cool. Yeah. If you can't hear me or see, or if you can't hear or see everyone on the panel, you can go check out the Rec Room stream because they're going to be showing all that.
Yeah, right on. Hey y'all, Solux here. I'm a VR content creator. I play Rec Room, play all kinds of VR games. If you cannot hear me, if you're not going to hear everybody else, head over to Rec Room's live stream. You should be able to hear everybody, see everybody. But yeah.
What's up, guys? I am Tidal Wave. And I do a lot of like community videos on Rec Room, like going around, like doing moments or playing games and stuff. That's usually multiplayer. But if you guys cannot hear anybody else, tune into the live stream on the Rec Room channel. It's nice seeing you all. Man VR.
That was my intro already done. Just kidding. Hey guys, my name is I'm Mavin VR, and I'm a content creator, Rec Room content creator, and League player. And if you can hear anybody, in the on stage, then please go check out the live stream on Rec Room's channel. Yeah, hope you guys enjoy the panel. Thank you guys
Awesome.
for coming.
Thank you so much. All right. Thank you guys so much for letting everybody know. So one more time, go ahead and tune in right now because we're going to begin. So now that everyone's tuned in to the live stream, just in case they need it, please go ahead and share a little bit about where people can find you on social media and something that about yourself that perhaps it's like an iconic thing you want people to know. All right, go ahead. We'll start with VB and we'll go down the line. Let's go.
Okay. Again, you can search VBunnyGo on YouTube, and you can find me. You can also search VBunnyGo on TikTok. You can find me on Instagram. It's VBunny_go. And something iconic about me, I think, is that I am a mom. I do have 2 kids, and I have an amazing husband who's on team with me. So we do this together.
Oh, love it.
Yeah. So I've got 2 channels, Billabob and BVR. BVR is the one where I make Rec Room content, though, and that is where I have a show called Rec Room Roundup. I basically talk about news and all the cool new stuff coming to the game. It's cool, so you should check out BVR. All the latest news with Rec Room and such. I also just do various other videos about Rec Room. You know, I do some tutorials, I do some more gameplay community stuff. I just do whatever I think is fun, basically. But Rec Room Roundup and the news is kind of my main thing. So that's me.
Yeah, right on. So I'm SoulFox Gaming. You can find me essentially anywhere. SoulFox Gaming, whether it be Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all over the socials. Same name everywhere. I make mostly Let's Plays or like comedic gameplays, and I've got a mad obsession with tacos. So, yeah.
Well, hello. You guys can find my Instagram, VR_TitleWave, and I usually post like my favorite clips on the Instagram channel. And I recently started TikTok, just posting the same thing on there. If you guys want to go check that out, it's VR_TitleWave. And yeah, I just do mainly funny moments and usually community things. So.
Hey guys, and I'm Mav. I think I already said that the first time, but I'm Mav. You guys can find me on Instagram, YouTube, obviously. I actually also just recently started doing TikTok. I think me and Ty actually kind of started around the same time.
Nice.
So, yeah, check us out there. I have a Twitter, but I really hardly ever use Twitter. I'm really bad at Twitter. I have no idea what I'm doing there for some reason. But yeah, please follow me on all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Oh, I love it. Oh, thank you guys so much for the intros. All right, you guys. I want you guys to know also, we're going to go ahead and start a round of questions that we all kind of worked on together. But you guys are free to definitely ask some questions. We'll be checking out the chat, and we'll be happy to answer your questions as well. So you could put questions in the YouTube chat, and we'll try to... It seems like that might be the best place because the watch chat's pretty fast. It's a little too speedy for us to catch your questions there. So please head over to the YouTube live stream and type questions there. The pace is a little bit better for us, okay? Awesome. All right. Okay, guys, so we have a group, a nice select group of questions here, and I'm going to go ahead and ask them, and you guys feel free to jump in, whoever would like to take it, okay? All right, so one of the ones that... I know a lot of you are passionate about is when it comes to when you're online, when you're live streaming or creating content, how much of like ideation goes behind the performance, how much of that is like a focus. So do you have any advice around performance and best practices while filming? Who would like to? Yep, title, please.
Yeah, here. I can do the first part. So basically, my main thing is like when you're performing, you literally like be yourself. If you put yourself at like you're not afraid to be who you are, Like I think it really helps your audience connect with you. You know, because like for me, like I'm not afraid to be like loud or or just like obnoxious because that's. But I think it just allows me to connect with my audience more. It's a lot more fun.
I love it.
No.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Who else would like to add to that? How much do you guys think about that? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
VB Bunny. V Bunny.
Yeah, so what we do, we do a lot of like role plays, and so I completely agree with being yourself. Even in role plays, like we'll have scripts, but they're very loose scripts. As long as you know like the premise behind what you're doing, and you know, okay, point A, I start here and I have to land at point B, but everything in the middle, like don't be afraid to capture moments. Let like whoever you're working with be themselves and definitely be yourself, because that's when the best moments come. But I think having a premise of this is how it's at least gonna go, like start and end, I think that can definitely make it go smoothly.
Wonderful. All right. Anybody else want to add to that? Let me know. Yeah, go ahead. Soul
I can take
Fox.
that. So, normally when it comes to recordings, I will have either just myself or like the group that I'm playing with. We will give an intro. We'll give like basic, what's actually going to happen. After that, it's kind of just freeform. We just go with the flow, play the game, have fun. There are definitely times where you can script stuff and it's set out so it's supposed to happen at this moment, but if you're gonna just wing it, have fun with it. Don't be like so tied down to where you have stuff done exactly at one moment. Just experience the game, have fun, and like Title said, be yourself. Be honest with people and be honest with yourself. So.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. I think it's also because I think the viewers will feed into that energy, into that, and authenticity as well in the moment. When you're in the moment, they can feel it. I love that. Awesome. The next question is, what is it that drives your creativity and your strategies when you're deciding on what you want to make? Yes, Mav.
Hi. I think I like this question. I think for me, a lot of times, I think just like my supporters and everybody and all the positive feedback, people that are looking forward to my content. I think that kind of motivates me. That's probably what motivates me the most, is just knowing that, there's people out there that are waiting, and that if I don't post, they're like, "Hey, Mav, where are you? I want your content." And so I'm just like, no, it's not necessarily I don't want to disappoint them. It's just that I want to give them what they want, and it's a really cool feeling knowing, that there's people that want that kind of content from you, want to see you, and that you can be there, and that also, you're making a lot of people there, they send comments like, like your video made me laugh today. I was, and I needed a laugh, and those kinds of comments really, like, they just motivate me and inspire me even more. And I think that's probably, for me, that's the number one thing that makes me keep going the most.
Okay, that's your motivation. What are some ways? Yeah, what are some where do you get inspiration for like topics for some of your comedy sketches, Mav?
Yeah. The funny thing is, because so I've always loved YouTube. This is like ever since I was little, even before it was like the giant thing that people were making money and like doing for a living. Before there were advertisements, I've always wanted to do YouTube. So I think being obsessed with YouTube ever since I was a kid and seeing all the different topics and all the trends come and go, I think that because of all the different kinds of topics I've seen blow up and stuff, I kind of like play into like what I can do with my next topics, and kind of like I'm always thinking about it. And even if I'm like having a conversation with Ty and something funny comes up, and I'll start thinking about, man, that's so funny what you just said. What if we kind of created skits just from like that one line we just said that made us laugh?
That's awesome.
And so I'm always constantly thinking of how I can make a video out of something. Just, I don't know, my brain just always going at it, just always spinning. So that's
what happened.
I think just being just thinking about it and in a creative way, and just kind of, even it's kind of like you're just having fun as well, not just with the videos, but with creating the idea, just trying to have fun with it. Yeah.
That's awesome. You look forward to creating, especially with friends. That's really awesome. I love it. Does anybody else want to add to what drives your creative strategy and like how you decide on what you want to make? Go ahead.
So I think I have kind of a unique perspective on that, because I feel like you guys all record with like groups of people usually, and it's more like gameplay videos, whereas I usually record myself, just talking about news and such. So it's a little bit different, whereas like, I don't need to constantly think about ideas as much as I like reporting on things that happen. And kind of something that drives me to keep going is that, if I go 2 or 3 weeks without making a news video, I think some people like rely on that to know what's happening in the game. So I start getting a lot of comments like, when's the next Rec Room Roundup? When's the next thing you're doing? So that's kind of what keeps me to do it, because I know a lot of people rely on that, and they start asking if I don't do it. So gotta keep doing it. And I enjoy doing it, and it's fulfilling when I put out a new episode and get to see all the comments and such.
No, that's awesome. I've actually definitely heard players and mods and other folks who definitely watch you, because there's just so much going on. Yeah. It is very helpful to have everything summarized. So you've become like a source of news for many of us. That's awesome. Oh my goodness. The next question that we all discussed was that we wanted to answer for you guys is, do you have a roadmap? Do you guys create a roadmap or a plan or a way to decide what you want to do next? Does anybody kind of plan in that way? Who would like to share? Go ahead, Title.
Okay, so I started off like literally only in the rec center. That's like all I've been, that's like where my niche has been, like, just like going around doing something like a voice or or something like that. But I want to start branching out to playing more like games on Rec Room, like quests mainly, and other VR games in general, like VR Chat or other games I can react to. I'm gonna start branching out more, and I think that'll be really to react. Kind of like what Jacksepticeye does a little bit. He plays a lot of games. He just he just chills, and it seems really relaxing. So that's probably where I'm gonna head to next.
Okay, so branching out. Anybody else like to share? How do you guys, how do you plan your roadmap moving forward? What do you have planned?
For the most part, I think for
do you
me.
wanna
Oh, go ahead.
No, go. I saw you talking first.
Okay.
They're about to argue. You're
23
gonna
hours
just go.
later. They're still...
So, for the most part, I do
borrow
try to
one.
stick to like a roadmap whenever it comes to new releases. So like I try to work with developers where like if a game's coming out or a new update's coming out, that's my priority. So that, their new stuff can be promoted on a good time and a good manner.
Nice.
It doesn't always work out like that. Like I promise you, I'll write out stuff at the start of the month and get the whole month going off the rails so very fast. There's a lot going on, and so I mean you can definitely try to plan for everything, but there's definitely new things that pop up where you just kind of have to adapt to. So
Very true.
I definitely try, but it doesn't always plan out like I think it would.
You know what? But would
If
you say,
only.
would you say it's good to plan at all? Like at least plan, even if it doesn't go as planned, at least to have that structure in the beginning. Do you think that's helpful than
I
not
think
doing it?
it's good. Yeah,
Nice,
it's definitely good to start it. Have like a little bit of a plan.
nice, cool.
If
Thank
only
you.
Rec had something new like that coming out soon.
The plan.
I think
Yeah. Go ahead, Mav.
I think when it comes to like planning, even if you don't have like everything set up, like just have an idea like for the month, so you can have content out. It's just so relieving knowing like what you're gonna put next or what you're gonna work on
hear
next.
you.
Because if you're just gonna wing it all the time, it can also lead to being inconsistent. Because then you don't have your next plan or your next move. So just kind of knowing what your next move is gonna be all the time is always really always really helpful, and just kind of like it's one less worry you have to like think about.
I hear you. That's awesome. Yeah, when you plan, it gives you freedom, actually. When you actually organize a bit, then you have this freedom because you know where things stand. I hear you. What about VB? I know you wanted to also share a little bit.
Oh, yeah, no, I was going to say, me and my husband, actually, and Marshall, we have weekly Monday meetings, actually. And, yeah, they're in the audience. And so we, like, even now, we have a complete plan for October. We know every video that's going to come out. But, again, it doesn't always go to plan, like even Soulfox said. Like, we just recorded this, well, I recorded Surgeon Simulator to come out in October, and my voice didn't pick up at all. So that video is going to be scrapped. But you can plan, and things it doesn't go to plan sometimes, but I think having a plan is really good. And then like the way that we get our ideas, I like to scroll through TikTok, and I'll see like if I'm going, like if I'm on like gaming TikTok and I see a game that looks like either gonna scare the like bejesus out of me, or if it's just gonna make me have such a reaction, then I'm like, I'm gonna do that one, because I know my audience and they love when I scream. I mean, they love when me and you get together and
I know how that feels.
scream. They like it when I get scared. So I kind of go off the engagement of what I know my community would love. So yeah.
Love it. Quick side note from the. I'm catching your questions as they come in on the YouTube live chat. Speed run question for Soulfox. What do you prefer? What type of tacos? Like straight out like Mexican tacos or Taco Bell tacos?
No. I'm talking like authentic, like street tacos or like.
Okay, just a
fantastic.
side note. Nice.
Appreciate
Okay.
that.
The man of culture.
Man of culture. All right. Okay. This next question. All right, squad. This next question we're going to answer for you is there any tips or tricks you want to share about data on YouTube? Like, what's the most important metric for your channel, and how do you go about driving them and learn from them? I know BVR's like, I'm stretching.
I love data.
Here we go. All right, BVR, you have the floor.
All right. So when it comes to YouTube, right, there's a bunch of analytics on your analytics page. You don't care about any of those besides two of them: your click-through rate and your audience retention rate. Well, you don't not care about them. Those are your two most important ones. that basically measures how much people click on your videos and how long they watch. And YouTube likes it when people click on your videos and they watch a lot of it, which is what gets them to promote it more. So if you can get that audience retention rate, it's just a percentage, like the percentage that someone watches through your video. If you can get that like above, I think it's like average 30%. If you can get that like above 50%, YouTube will see that and start recommending your video. And you can actually structure your video around that. Make sure there's a lot of like action happening always. That you have like a lot of cuts and stuff to keep people interested. A good way to do that is to kind of have a storyline all throughout that then like is resolved at the end, so then people want to keep watching to see the resolution. There's a ton of strategies you can do to increase audience retention. And then your click-through rate is basically the amount of people that see your thumbnail, that click on it, or video and title, thumbnail and title. So yeah, that's completely right on your thumbnail and title, and that depends a lot on your just choice with that. When you make your first thumbnail and title, you know, you're kind of just guessing what works until you see what looks nice, what people like to click on more.
Nice.
Generally with thumbnails, you want to keep them nice and simple and stuff. So I don't know, I've talked too long, but click-through rate and audience retention, those are the things you want to try and go for.
Top 2. No, thank you so
awesome.
much. Yo, everybody. Actually,
I'll be back in
pouring
the
cheers.
next question.
Pouring cheers. Pouring cheers. We'll be back. Yo,
Can't follow that.
Cliff notes. Pouring cheers. BBR right
Thank
now.
you.
Great
Dropping
job,
that
BBR.
knowledge. Big brain. Okay.
Clip it.
Clip it. Yes, guys. BBR. Big brain moments for all of us. All right. Next up. Oh, did anybody want to add any top 2 pro tips to analytics
I'm
metrics?
good. I think we're just learning here.
Okay, like we are good, you guys.
I'm over here
Thank
like
you,
writing stuff
BBR.
down. Like, okay, got it, yep.
Yeah. Thank you, BBR.
Down in our head.
Oh my gosh. All right, next up is you know what? Okay, I know we're all wondering this. Like, what is the hardest, most difficult part of this job of doing this for you guys? I feel like we can all share a little bit here. Yeah. What is like the most challenging part?
Okay.
Mav is like, I'm ready. Go ahead, Mav.
I
Go, Matt.
didn't see anybody, so I thought. I think for me, the most challenging part is, I think balancing, just work in
Balance.
YouTube and your
Balancing.
life. Because I know that YouTube takes up a lot of time for me, and then everyone has different situations. Like even with work. It's been a lot crazier, so I've been working a lot more overtime and taking a lot more responsibilities. And so when I get home, I come home later. I'm a little bit more mentally drained. It's harder to record a video after that and have like the energy. And even if I'm not doing that, and if I'm just editing, and I'm just sitting there, I'm like, man, I don't even want to edit right now. But I think just I think for me that's the hardest part is like obviously some people that do it full time, like they have all the time, they can stretch their work around however their schedule is. But for a lot of people that's like I think a really big like thing that
That's
they
your
have to
challenge.
overcome.
I'm
And just kinda
curious-
just push through it and just do the work.
I'm curious with because I'm sure that scenario is very common with a lot of folks. They want to start this YouTube projects or side, part-time or side thing on top with and balancing life. Where have you found your golden hour or golden day? Like what have you come up with a way to balance for yourself? Like what would be some like a quick pro tip advice that you've found that works for you to balance?
For me personally, I kind of like try to find the right time, like after work, like maybe like I'll take a break. I won't go straight into it because I notice that if I go straight in, man, it's like even harder for me. So I'll go home and relax a little bit, try to not think about it too much, and then when I get to my computer, I kind of just do it.
Nice.
And also, I stay up late sometimes. So if you can't, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, and then I've also like my work. I'm like, hey guys, I know that a lot of you guys are like coming in early. That's not, I can't do that. I let them know right there, like, that I have like another thing going on, like another business that, like this own thing that I'm doing, like, and I need to prioritize that, because I feel like you don't want it, to get in the way of your work life, and if if they understand, then that's a good thing. But I think you should mention it if it's gonna end up affecting your work schedule as well. You should at least like
communicate.
Let know it.
Just communicate as soon as upfront. Very good. That's awesome. That's and responsible. So responsible.
Expecting
Communicate.
a lot of late nights.
I love it. Anybody else want to share? What are some challenges that you experienced doing this?
For me, it would be like, as a mom and a parent, how to balance, because we both obviously work from home, and so it's the same thing, how to balance work from my family time. But again, it's harder because my studio, which is in my house, is my work, and then, you know, right out the door is my family. And so it's hard to balance sometimes. My kids want and need me, but I know me and my husband need to get out this video when we need to record, or we have this stream going on, you know, so it's hard to kind of balance that. But now that, you know, they're back in school, that's kind of become our golden time, our golden hour, to be like, okay, we have this time to get recordings done, everything done, and then at home we shut down work and we really just focus on them. But it does get hard because sometimes I'll be super in work mode, and you know, I go grab my kids from school and I want to go back in the studio and keep working. But I know, like, no, I have to spend family time, or maybe I'm spending family time when I'm watching movies and I'm like, I don't want to go into the studio and record right now, but I know I have to. So that's probably the hardest right now in this season that we're in for us.
That's amazing. It's a lot of factors you have to kind of juggle. Yeah. Oh, title?
Okay, so for me, I was thinking about the question as you guys were talking, and for me, it's writer's block. So I have notes, you know, of what videos I want to do in the future, right?
Yes.
And usually when I have an idea in my head one day, it's like, I just add it on. But sometimes you don't have an idea for a while, and you go down your notes, and you get to the end, and then you kind of have like a little bit of writer's block to figure out, okay, what am I gonna do next? What's my next 5 videos or something to push out. I find that to be kind of difficult because you kind of like that whole year is just like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? You know. But that's
What helps you?
specific
Have you found something that
difficulty for
works sometimes that helps you get past it? What works for you to get past writer's block?
So usually when I interact with people, like if something like Matt said earlier, if something funny happens, you know, like it starts spiraling into, ooh, wait, what if I do this or something? You know, like say we're talking about plants.
Yes.
Let's be a gardener in rec center. Let's see what your reactions be gay. You know, something like that.
I like that idea. I like that approach. It's very live. It's like you're actually brainstorming in the moment, but you're ready to act on it right there and just seize it. So you take that energy to seize it right then, and boom, there you have your video. That's awesome. Very cool. Anybody else want to share your challenges? I love challenges. Overcome.
I feel like
Give me some
biggest challenge
challenges.
for me is, it used to be editing. I used to stand editing. Now I don't mind it. I usually do it late at night. It's very calm, very peaceful.
Ooh,
I'll knock it out. My most challenging thing is like finding creative ways to make titles and thumbnails. Like if I can finally make a good thumbnail, I'm happy with it. For the most part, I feel like that's like, it's just hard to construct a good thumbnail to me. I don't know if that's just me personally or like everybody has a challenge, but that's something I always struggle with.
It's like every video needs a thumbnail. You can't just not have a thumbnail. That's not pro. So you need. So it feels. So anybody here have a quick tip on like how you guys are like, oh, I can sneeze them. I sneeze them out. Yes, Mav is like, I do that.
For me, when I mean, my thumbnails aren't exactly like, you know, super pretty and stuff like that. Like my main thing with my thumbnails is that as long as they're doing half the work of the title, for me, I think that's what really matters, because when they look at the title and thumbnail, you gotta have to like work as like a duo, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
You gotta have to like almost see the title by just looking at the thumbnail, and sometimes that'll make people click even better. Like, you know, they want to click more because of the thumbnail itself, even though it's not super pretty. As long as like it's a little maybe engaging, or they want to see what, you know, you can have some question marks or something to like make them, let them know, oh, it's like, or you know, you can have different specific things you can put there to let them know it's a challenge video, or to let them know that there's gonna be something's gonna happen in the video. Like you can get them interested using that thumbnail. And I think for me, that's I prefer to go the route of like making the thumbnail interesting, like making them want to click on it more than making it super fancy and pretty.
Okay.
But that's how I am. I know some people would rather just make him want to click on it because they want to make it super fancy, but that's how I personally like to do my thumbnails.
Oh, okay.
I got that.
Pro
Very
tips.
nice.
Thank you. That's awesome. BVR. Everything is 100%
So-
smooth for you? Dish. What's the tea? What's the tea with you?
No challenge.
What has this become?
So
yeah, go ahead.
when it comes to the hardest part, right?
Yeah.
With a lot of you, it seemed like trying to like balance your work and life, or like you're trying to come up with ideas. For me, it's more just like personal motivation, right? Like I have the idea and I have the time to do it, but actually, for some reason, I can't convince myself to go in and actually record the video. It's not totally sure why, but eventually I do usually get around to it. And usually something that helps with that is just like taking smaller steps first. Like if I don't want to get in Rec Room to record a video, first I'll just like get in Rec Room, right? And then maybe eventually I'll go to the room to record the video, and then eventually I'll actually record the video. So that's something I am actually working on, and that's probably the hardest part.
Nice. Thank you so much. Okay, so you just throw. It's like, you know what? All right. It's like people say, go to the gym. Just show up. Then all of a sudden it just happens.
Yeah.
Just get in there.
If I ask questions
Yeah.
for you, BVR. So if that's like your challenge, like what like about making your video, what part of it like makes you think like that kind of makes it hard for you to like get straight into? Is it the editing part or the recording part, or is it just the whole thing as a whole?
I genuinely could not tell you. It's usually getting started on a video, I guess, or like so I guess it would be recording then, because usually with editing, I can sit down and like do that whenever. I don't usually procrastinate on editing. It's actually recording the video. I'm not entirely sure why, but that's just like there's some block in my brain that doesn't want to do that. Even if I do want to do it, like it's weird.
No, I 100% get that. I've been there.
Yeah,
Wow.
I get that too sometimes.
You do.
I think it's also because like for us, for content creators in VR, it's more work. You know, you have to
Yeah.
move, you have to get up, you stand there. You're not playing a game and you're just sitting there. A lot of
That's
a lot
true.
of us, just sit at the computer and
That's
for
true.
us, we got this heavy thing on us. It might be hot. You might just feel like getting up, or so it's I feel like VR content creators is physically more work.
Yeah.
So it's totally understandable why, like, you don't want to, because I think that's why a lot of us probably sometimes don't feel like getting in the headset or having to record. And then you're constantly,
true.
taking it off, putting it back on to make sure things are working, stuff like that.
True.
So yeah, probably just taking small steps and working up to it is probably a good idea anyways.
Yeah, mad respect to VR content creators, you guys. We're putting on like a suit of tech armor to get in here for you. We need our own shirt. We need a t-shirt. I love it. Oh, these are so great. This is so great. We actually we're doing great on time too, it looks like. We actually, as we discussed, we actually have just one more like round of questions that I will ask and you can all answer real quick. Then we can open it up to you guys. So get your questions ready. All right, the last one is, if you can share one pro tip, what would you recommend above all else when starting content creation in general? Okay, who wants to go first? People like, Ty,
take this
then
one.
Ty,
I'll
then
think
Soul,
about mine.
and then you guys.
Oh, what?
Think. Ty,
okay,
Ty,
well,
you were
all right.
first. Were you scratching your ear? Were you scratching your ear? Okay, go.
He wasn't raising his hand. He was
Yeah, I
scratching
was
his head.
scratching my chin. I was like, I didn't have an idea.
That was the opposite of
Let me think about
volunteering. That was the
Ty?
complete
That's what I
opposite.
mean. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you're doing a video, it's pretty known whether or not you're having fun for what you're doing. So when you're doing it, have fun with it. Just don't hold back any, don't like hide any of yourself. Just like, go for it. Your audience will recognize that. I'm telling you, like, it's so easy. Like with all these different YouTubers having high energy or low energy, if that's what you have, and you're just relaxing, you're just talking. People notice, and if you constantly just be yourself and people like that, they'll subscribe to you and keep watching your videos as it makes them happy. That's my advice for you.
Oh, that's great. It's great advice. Yeah. All right. Pro tip.
It's good. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Above all else.
Above all else. Okay,
Yes.
so mine's kind of along the same lines of Ty. If you're going to be doing this, do it because you're having fun with it. Don't record stuff where like you feel you're forced to make it, you're not having a good time, it's awful. Like if you're gonna do it, have fun. Because what's the point of pursuing things in life if it's not gonna bring you joy?
I love it.
Yeah.
Wisdoms. All right. Scratch your ears. Give me a signal. Give me a sign. I'm about to choose. All right. Mav's getting itchy. Go for it.
It's actually funny. Like it's like kind of close to like what they're talking about, but hold on, I'm falling off the couch. But
Yeah.
basically, and also I just realized I'm probably not my retcon stuff, huh? I
No,
I
you look
probably
good, bro. Don't worry about it. You look
I
good.
can't look
It's all
down,
good.
so I didn't realize I was so. Yeah, sorry about that, by the way. Anyways, I just realized when you guys turned at me that you guys are all wearing the retcon, and I was just like, I look down and I can't see anything. Okay. Anyway, okay, my pro tip, you know, like they were saying, you know, like how sure you know you're having fun with what you're doing. I think that's really important, but it's also like your every video, like throughout what you're doing in YouTube, you're gonna be portraying a character, which is you. So I think it's you want to make sure you portray your best self and you like you portray you. Don't hide. If you if something embarrassing happens, if it's funny, just put that in there. You know, like let them know. If you're clumsy, let them know you're clumsy. If you know if you have a sense of humor, like a different sense of humor, you know, let that shine because you know like people are gonna come back for you at the end of the day. And if you know you're like starting YouTube and you're like, oh man, I really like Soul Fox's content. I like Ty's. I'm gonna be like him. I'm gonna try to do videos like him. And you realize that you're kind of like not portraying yourself. You're gonna be portraying something that's really not you. And at the end of the day, the people are gonna be looking for something that's not you. And you're gonna. I feel like I would personally get tired of portraying something that's not me. Like even if just a few videos in, and as well as it's just gonna kind of throw you off. I think it'll like throw you off of your content because it's probably not going to be what you're naturally who you are. You know? So I think, yeah, just trying to portray yourself and and having fun, and then just figuring out all the other things, letting all the other stuff like balance, and coming up with ideas. Let that come in over time because all that stuff is going to come over time. It's not gonna, like right off the bat, especially starting a channel. That's not going to be easy, you know. So you want to take that kind of stuff slowly and just focus on having fun and doing what you think would be best for your character.
Very nice. I'll be authentic to yourself. Be real. Be real.
Yes.
I love it. Any above all else, one tip. Go ahead, VB.
I can go.
Yeah.
I think above all else, don't forget your why. And when I say your why, it's why do you even start YouTube? Why would you even want to be a content creator? And so knowing your why is going to drive you on the days when you're not motivated, on the days where it's really hard, on the days where you're not getting the views you want to get. What is your why? And how is it going to improve? Because the more you grow, the more your why is going to change. And so you want to maybe like 3 or 6 months after you make like your first why, go back and reevaluate it. Because I know like for me, when I first started, I actually made a YouTube video on my why, and I took it down and I need to make another one. But I still have the base, which is like I'm doing this to show people that you don't have to reach this tier level before you can start being a content creator. And that's still my basis, but the more I've gotten to know my community, I've really gotten to know what you guys need, and that's become my why. And so that would be my like tip above all else is before even starting, figure out why you want to even start. Figure out what value you can bring to anybody that watches you. You know, that first person who watches you, what are they going to get out of your videos? Are they going to get laughter, joy, information? Like, what are they going to get out of it? And then continue to evaluate that as you grow as a person and as you grow with, like, your channel and as you grow with your community.
Love it.
yeah.
Thank you, VB. And last but not least, I know. Oh, why? Why, BBR? Why? Why do you do what you do? I'm
Okay,
kidding.
so
What's your one tip?
I don't think I can say too much that no one else has already said. You know, that's all great advice. Be yourself. I really liked what V Bunny said. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have much to add on to that. I think you guys covered it pretty well. Make sure you're enjoying what you're doing and don't be fake about it. And
Yeah.
that's about it. Yeah.
Love it. All right. Thank you guys so much. All right, you guys, we are ready for your questions coming from the chat. Hot from the chat. Here we go. From the live stream YouTube chat. All right. Because the watches, I can't speed read that. So we're going to go here. I've been seeing this question be repeated and repeated and repeated. Okay. what inspired? I love this question. Okay, this is coming from Unusual Lucky. What inspired you guys to make your first video? What?
It's a good question.
I know. I want to know. I'm very curious. Somebody, please.
I think I'll say this.
Go, Ty. I'm very curious.
Okay, I more have two reasons. Okay, so one, I used to watch this YouTube channel called Hanby, traveling around VR chat, and having so much funny moments. And then I started Rec Room, on the quest. And I was like, and I saw some content, and then I saw your video on Crimson Mall, and I was like, and after watching that video, I was just like, you know what? I want to do this because people are making videos on Rec Room. I just found that I really want to do this.
Yeah.
And and then after like my first couple videos, I had that trouble staying with it because I first started. And then I met Mav around my Star Wars Fallen Galaxy auditions, and then like as I saw like how he does his videos and stuff, you kind of like made me like realize like if I just kept going, I can get. I can start going up more and more. Yeah. That's kind of like how it worked. That's why there's like a weird like time gap between two of my videos earlier on. But yeah. That's
I love it.
how I started.
Your first video. What inspired you to do your first video? I actually want to hear everybody's answer. It's such a good question.
I can go.
Video.
Yeah, please, BB.
Yeah, go.
All right.
BBR.
So, I am kind of in a unique situation with this, I think, because I have two channels. So I had two first videos. My first one was on my Bob channel like 6 or 7 years ago at this point. And at the time, I really wanted to be a Minecraft YouTuber because didn't everyone? So, yeah, I don't know. I played Minecraft a lot. I watched a lot of Minecraft YouTubers. I would start like talking to myself while I was playing Minecraft. I was like, might as well record this. So that's why I started that. And then years and years down the line, just last year, I believe, I'm coming up on the 1 year BVR anniversary. I was seeing a lot of Rec Room YouTube videos, and I was getting back into Rec Room around that time, and I was thinking, hey, I have a lot of really ideas for Rec Room videos. I see all these other people doing it. I think I could do that same thing. And then I had the idea for Rec Room Weekly, which is now Rec Room Roundup, where that would give me a consistent sort of video style to make every single week. So I knew that even if I didn't have another video idea for that week, I could at least make a Rec Room Weekly video then, and I would keep things going. So that idea combined with all these other ideas I had and seeing other people do it is what led me to make a new channel for Rec Room stuff. And that's where we are now.
Nice. Organizing the information. This is for this channel's for this channel's for this. Nice. I love it. All right. We have a couple more coming in. Here we go, guys. All right. The next one is, let's see, I had it a second ago. We're going to go, I'm going to go with this one because they've been persistently for the entire time. There was Mav. Mav, this is from Naruto Nerd. Naruto Nerd wants to ask Mav, do you have advice for growing up? I'm kidding. Do you have advice for growing on YT? I actually read it as growing up. I was like, what is that question? What? Oh, you mean on YT, on YouTube. I actually read it. I was like, is that what they're asking? I had like first glance, I was like, what? On YouTube.
Oh yeah, I was confused when you said it too. For growing, for me, I know like it's different for a lot of people, but for me, I never really was like, I kind of just pushed the content and just made sure that I was consistent. I never really was like thinking about growing or like had goals of like I want to hit 1K or 2K or 10K or whatever. I was really excited, right? I'm pretty sure all of us were excited when we hit those milestones. But for growing, I think it's always gonna be content at the end of the day. It's just they say content is king, right? I just think trying to just compete with yourself and making better videos is gonna just get you to grow more because you're gonna become a little bit more serious about your work when you start focusing on the content itself as well. And then the only like data I really look at is like like BVR said, the click-through rate and the retention, but for me I like to look at like just like my overall like either like my views or whatever, and then if I notice there's a drop, I'll notice like, was it because of this video or that video? And then I just want to do whatever I can and make sure that those numbers are just those views or daily views or whatever are just either consistent or going up. As soon as they go down, then I try to adjust and see where I went wrong or what's going on or what I'm missing.
Okay.
But those are mainly like for growing, because I mean that is for growing, right? Because your daily views, you're growing, right? So I think that's kind of like, if you want to grow, that's probably what you would want to be looking at a lot, and just kind of like taking care of is your like daily growth. And I think that
Okay.
if you
Day
really
by
want to
day.
grow, that's something that you could look at.
Okay.
Yeah.
Day by day. I like that. Take it day by day. Because I think it can change. It can change over time. What really works. So yeah, be very adapt and paying close attention. I think that's really smart. That's really good. And double
Right.
check. I think we have time for one more question from you guys. Oh, we have someone in the crowd. I'm jumping off stage. What are you saying? What
Paprika.
was your moment? Paprika. Oh man, I can't. I gotta zoom in. I need a sniper.
missed it.
I need a sniper. All right. Here's a question I keep seeing repeated on the chat. In the meantime, yep, that's my reminder. It is, what is your favorite video that you've made so far? Like, and I'm curious about why. So far, Ty's like, that was adorable. Go Ty. You already thought of one? What's going on?
Oh, okay. So far, my favorites that I've ever done was, and possibly my most iconic thing about my channel is me being a girl. I used to be doing girl voice videos. It's not just a specific one. I just like
Do
doing
it
all
right
of
now.
them.
Do it right
Even
now.
math.
Can we hear it?
Oh, okay.
All right, hello. You can be a girl if you want to.
No, this is it. That's not real.
I love her. I think she's amazing.
It's real.
I love her.
Come on, Jesse,
That's my
man,
favorite.
Jesse's
Jesse.
adorable.
Jesse's adorable. I love her. Like, I believe this character
first,
when you play them. I believe like that's not Ty's a whole other person. I'm their female. I love Jesse. Yeah.
She first appeared on Mav's channel when he was breaking up with me in front of players.
So whole backstory to this. We got
my
origin
favorite
stories.
ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought we don't talk about that, huh?
Oh, yeah, that's
So that was hilarious. That was one of my favorite videos
That
ever.
is one of your
That was
favorites.
so funny.
Oh yeah.
That was
Almost
actually
iconic.
yeah.
personally
I
to
think
me.
that might have been my first video of you guys. Yeah, that was my first video of you guys together. Yeah, that was, and and ever since I love it. Anybody else want to give a shout out to their favorite video that they've made so far? I'm curious about why.
I think mine, and it's not one I feel like a lot of people think of, is I used to make like a series on Electronauts called the Jam Sessions, and that game you make music, and so I would go through it, make songs, and the reason I liked it so much is because after I recorded it, posted it, I would go back to it just to actually like listen to the music, because I actually made something I enjoyed. So that was something I was like really proud of for myself. So
I love that. That's awesome.
Nice.
So
yeah,
more jams. Yeah, let's do it.
more jams, more pow jams.
Yeah. Oh,
I think one of my favorite videos.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I think
love
one of
it.
my favorite videos as well that maybe not a lot of people think I would like, but it's actually my like best friend videos, and it's kind of where I go into very questionable games, with other like VR Kanojo type things, where it's supposed to be honestly an inappropriate game, but I make them my friend, and then I put myself in awkward situations. Those are so fun to me. I like thinking on the spot, and I like making backstories of the girls. So those are my favorite videos to do,
I love it.
and the ones that I have.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. BVR. I'm about to say BVR. Yes.
Some people call me BB. All right. My favorite video on my channel, it's the one that I've had pinned to the front page for 6 months now. It is the orange cube video. In case you don't know, I made an orange cube invention, and I sold it on the invent store for 100 tokens, and I told everyone to go buy it, and then all the money I've made from that, I have put into like a free gifts button, and I've given out to people in rec centers and such. And I have never followed up on that yet, but soon, I swear. Actually, we've got a big audience here, so I'm just saying. Click on my profile, go to the portfolio, buy the orange cube. We're trying to make it the most bought invention in all of Rec Room.
That's amazing.
I don't think I bought it yet. Actually.
Look at everybody
Let me
on
do it
their
right
on
now.
their
Bought the
watches.
cube.
Okay,
You gotta buy
hey.
the
On their
cube.
watches. Everyone's pointing. Everyone's pointing at you. You're all getting cute right now.
I love
right.
it. Hey, that'll motivate me to make the
Beyond,
second video in that
just-
series again.
Everyone's like, hold on, let me check out this
Just bought it.
cube.
Nice.
Nah, that's too
Same
much
thing,
ink
I
for
just
me.
bought it.
Too much
I don't
ink.
like it.
Too much
Get
ink.
it.
That's a little too much ink. Can you like, make it decorational for us first? Like, take that step.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I don't know, Matthew, if you guys co-opt for the fave video being the Jesse one, or did you have another one as well? For Mav, I'll make sure.
We have 2 videos. Okay, so
yeah,
when he first showed me that voice, I instantly had this idea. I was just like, because I've been wanting to do a rec center video of trolling with a girl, but I was actually gonna do with a real girl. But then when I met Ty and he was like doing it, I was like, who needs real girl? I don't actually mean that. I meant, I was like, it's like Ty. Dude, this will be even funnier if you do it instead, because no one can expect that. And so we made the video, and then people loved it, and so we did another. We did another one, but this time we didn't, and then we kind of like just trolled people as they came in. But we we make sure to at least tell people they're gonna be in the troll that we get permission from them, because it's a pretty funny video. But some people might not want to be in that.
Yeah. No, that's really not. Yeah, guys, quick pro tip when you're doing videos like that, it is definitely respectful to let them know before you post it. Like, do you mind if you're on the video? Like, just ask the people that you've surprised. Let them know, hey, I was actually filming. Could you mind if I put you in the next YouTube video? Get there, okay? Yeah, that's good. That's great. You guys, thank you guys so much for sharing your time with us. Your pro tips and everything, and your stories are so inspirational. You guys over here, everybody in audience, it says point and cheers one at a time. I want to blow up. Everybody, show your cheers from all your. You probably already have hundreds.
Oh, man.
my.
Do it. And live stream. We're gonna be ending the
on the
stream.
cheers.
I don't have cheers turned on.
I can't fly.
Oh, I'm getting so mad.
Turn it on in,
I can't even use my watch.
Oh my god! Wait, did I just see Tidal Wave?
Holy crap.
All right,
I'm gonna
guys.
crash. I'm gonna crash.
Hold on.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna.
Oh my god!
All right, guys. Oh, here we go. Thank you guys so much for watching this YouTuber panel here. This is part 1. We're gonna have a part 2 tomorrow and a part 3, so stay tuned for that. We've got a stream coming up next, so we're gonna see you guys later. Bye. Subscribe to Everything Rec Room. All right, we get back on stage. We're still broadcasting.